Learn how to become popular overnight. Now let's begin. Anyone can be popular. No matter who you are or what you're like, you can become a popular person in no time. You don't have to be good looking. You don't have to have lots of money. All you need to be popular is one thing: self-confidence. Now this might sound pretty weird to you. If you know what it's like to be unpopular, becoming popular can feel impossible or even unwanted. You might have spent years criticizing popular people. Maybe you called them shallow or thought of them as bullies. Maybe you got annoyed when they threw their popularity in your face. So why would anyone want to be like them? Developmental psychologists have found that there are actually two kinds of popular. The first is called antisocial popular. These are known as the cool kids. Guys and girls who are antisocial popular tend to target people who are socially awkward. They bully, exclude, and gossip because they're constantly worried about their place on the social ladder. People who are antisocial popular can be manipulative, aggressive, and very insecure, so they win over others by intimidating them. The second kind is called pro-social popular. People who are pro-social popular have lots of friends, handle conflict well, and are liked by just about everyone. They don't pay attention to their social standing or try to bully others. They're generally happy and socially active while winning people over with genuine kindness. So what's the biggest difference between antisocial and pro-social popularity? Well, it all comes down to power. You probably thought coming into this video that being popular means being powerful. Most schools and communities are dominated by kids who are antisocial popular. They tend to abuse their popularity to feel like they have power over everyone else. This is how people learn that power and popularity are one and the same. For pro-social people, it's exactly the opposite. To be popular, you don't have to be better than anyone. You don't need to have authority over the people around you. In fact, pro-social people rarely even think of themselves as popular. They don't need that title to feel good about who they are. Even if they are powerful, they don't think of themselves that way. So what does this mean for you? It means that true popularity comes to people who are confident, secure, and they treat others with the respect they deserve. To help you translate this knowledge into real results, here are 5 techniques that you can use to become the good kind of popular overnight. Number 1 is find your crowd. Even pro-social people aren't popular everywhere. No one is. So before you waste your time trying to win over the entire world, just take a moment to find a place where you belong. Think about these two very different people. The first is the captain of his football team. His teammates respect him, the school cheers for him, and he's regarded as the most popular guy in his grade. The second person doesn't have very many friends at school, but at home she leads an online community with thousands of members. So who's more popular? Well, there isn't really a correct answer to that question, because each person is popular with a specific crowd. Many people view themselves as unpopular because they're forcing themselves into the wrong group. It's like pushing a square block into a round hole. No matter how hard you push, it's never going to fit. A common mistake people make is trying to join the people who make them jealous. The unpopular girl, for example, might want to befriend the popular football player, but would that friendship really work? Instead, you could focus on gaining popularity with people who support and share your interests. That way, the friendships may actually last because you have things in common. Number 2, don't complain. How often do you complain? Now imagine you're at a restaurant you know you don't like. You only agreed to go because your friend invited you. When your food comes, you hate it like you always do. Do you complain about the food or just keep your mouth shut? People don't like hanging out with someone who complains all the time, especially when they're insulting something other people like. Complainers ruin everyone else's good time by making other people feel bad for enjoying something. Pro-social people are invited to everything because they're a constant source of positivity. Even when things don't go as planned, pro-social people find ways to lift everyone up, not bring everyone down. To make sure you always get invited back, you should learn how to completely swallow your negativity. Now, I'm not talking about just verbal complaints. Sometimes small things like a weird look on your face can throw everyone off. When something goes wrong, try to simply smile and laugh. I know it doesn't sound like much, but this little change helps everyone around you feel more comfortable and relaxed. If you can show people you're upbeat and easygoing, well, they'll start inviting you to hang out with them every time. Number 3 is listen more. Now, you don't have to put on a show to be popular. In fact, listening is one of the most valuable skills for anyone who wants to gain popularity. But why is listening so important? Good listeners just make great friends. When you show a genuine interest in what someone is saying, they'll feel like you're invested in the conversation. They'll want to keep talking to you because you care about what they have to say. Have you ever talked to someone who was just waiting for their next opportunity to speak? You might have noticed them interrupting you, changing the subject, and even ignoring your input. You probably walked away from that conversation feeling frustrated. So why would you ever talk with them again? As a good listener, you should give the other person the time and space to finish their thoughts. The helpful trick is to wait 3 to 5 full seconds before you start talking. That pause ensures that you don't accidentally interrupt the other person. You also come off as less eager to speak. This subtlety shows them you took a moment to consider their ideas. And finally, remember that conversations are more about quality than quantity. A deep 2-minute conversation will have more of a lasting impact than a 20-minute bout of small talk. So when you listen, don't just keep your mouth shut. Absorb what the other person's saying, and then keep the specifics in mind when you respond. Being specific is another way to let someone know that the conversation and their friendship is important to you. Number 4, learn a skill. While being kind makes people like you, it doesn't always make people respect or remember you. An easy way to earn their respect is to learn a unique skill. This skill can be anything you're passionate about, from writing stories to building models. The point is to find something you like that other people will know you for. Even if you construct gnome gardens, people will enjoy hearing more about your passions because of how excited you are about them. This is why people admire and enjoy spending time with ambitious friends. When you're excited about something, the people around you will feed off of your positive attitude. Learning a skill also helps you develop confidence by giving you an area of expertise. We tend to come out of our shells when discussing topics we know we're good at. We're less scared of being wrong or looking stupid because we know the most about that specific subject. Now, for some people, this can cause a little bit of arrogance. Try to remember that having a talent doesn't make you better than anyone. It just makes you a more unique individual. Number 5 is accept rejection. Let's say you want to go bowling over the weekend. You usually go alone, but this time you decide to invite a new friend along. You ask them if they want to go, but they tell you they already have plans. Does this mean the friendship is over? Not at all. This situation can be terrifying for someone who's trying to make new friends. Once the person tells you no, you might be too scared of another rejection to try again later. You shouldn't let this tiny setback ruin a potential friendship. For all you know, they really were busy that day. If a new friend does turn you down, you should create an opportunity to hang out with them in the future. Say something like, "Hey, no worries, maybe next time." No one wants a guilt trip for honestly telling you they have plans. Keep things fun and upbeat, so they'll want to say yes the next time you invite them somewhere. It's also a lot easier to accept rejection if the thing you planned doesn't completely rely on the other person. For example, if you're already planning to go bowling, them not coming isn't going to ruin your day. But if you only wanted to bowl because you thought your friend liked bowling, well, you'll feel much more anxious if they turn you down.